All right, let's talk about a paradox that drives so many of us completely nuts, being a perfectionist who can't seem to get anything done. I mean, if you've ever felt totally stuck between having these impossibly high standards and just not being able to start, this one is for you. We're going to get to the root of why it happens and, way more importantly, how to break free. You've got this to-do list just swirling around in your head, right? It's so long, so overwhelming that even the simplest little task feels like climbing a mountain. You know you need to start. You really want to start, but instead of actually doing anything, you just freeze. If that hits a little too close to home, don't worry, you're in exactly the right place, because this is a classic psychological pattern. And it almost always looks something like this. It starts with those incredibly high standards. But the pressure to do it perfectly, well, that just leads to feeling completely overwhelmed. And what do we do when we're overwhelmed? We avoid it. Hello, procrastination. But what comes after the avoidance? Oh yeah, anxiety's best friend, shame. Shame for not doing the thing, which just makes you feel like you have to be even more perfect next time. It's a vicious cycle. So let's really dig into this destructive loop, because honestly, understanding it is the first crucial step to breaking it for good. This right here, this is the question that just echoes in your mind when you're caught in this trap. It is so easy to start thinking, am I just lazy? Is there something wrong with my brain? But the sources are crystal clear on this. It is not a character flaw. It's a really predictable psychological response, and you are so not alone in feeling this way. Oh man, this slide just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? In the perfectionist's brain, every single task gets blown way out of proportion. An email can't just be an email. No. It has to be a literary masterpiece. A project can't just be finished. It has to be absolutely flawless and take every last drop of your energy. But the reality, come on, you know the reality. Most tasks just need to get done. B-level work is not only okay, it's often the only way to actually move forward. But if it's so irrational, why do we do it? Why do we get stuck? Well, that brings us to our next section, where we're going to uncover the powerful emotional engine that's really driving this whole thing. At the very heart of it all, according to some really interesting research, is this thing called fear of failure. And we're not talking about a mild worry here. This is an intense, sometimes paralyzing fear that has been consistently linked to both perfectionism and procrastination. It's that feeling that if you try something, the stakes are just impossibly, terrifyingly high. And here's where it gets even more intense. That fear gets cranked up to 11 by something called overgeneralization of failure. This is the tendency to believe that if you fail at one specific thing, let's say you bomb a presentation at work, it doesn't just mean the presentation was bad. Nope, it means you are bad. You're incompetent. You are a failure as a person. One tiny mistake becomes a final verdict on your entire self-worth. So what the research shows is this clear chain reaction. Your perfectionism creates a deep fear of failure. That fear then makes it way more likely that you'll overgeneralize any potential failure and connect it to your entire sense of self. And it's that devastating 1-2 punch that really drives the urge to procrastinate. I mean, why would you even risk trying if one little mistake could prove that you're worthless? Okay, so we get the why. That's the heavy part. Now let's get practical. How do we actually escape this trap? The good news is, since it's a cycle, it can totally be reversed. Let's jump into the first set of steps. The first moves are all about shifting your mindset. Step 1, you have to consciously lower the bar. I'm serious, give yourself permission to not give 100% to every single thing. Step 2, break those huge, overwhelming tasks into tiny, bite-sized pieces. Organize my inbox isn't one task. It's 20 little ones. Each little win builds momentum. And step 3, track your time. Something like the Pomodoro technique is great for this because it helps you see that tasks almost always take less time than your anxiety is screaming at you that they will. I want to just pause on this quote for a second because this is the absolute heart of the mindset shift. This is your permission slip. Let this sink in. Most of what moves the world forward is just good, solid, B-level work. It's not lazy, it's efficient, it's human. The next steps are all about changing your behaviors and your environment. Find your support system, a friend, a therapist, a coach, whoever. Start practicing saying no to things that aren't a heck yes so you can protect your energy. Use a reward system to turn your to-do list into something a little more fun. And bring in some mindfulness. Even a quick walk outside can pull you out of that anxiety spiral and ground you in reality. And look, these practical steps, they aren't just clever life hacks. They actually align perfectly with established, evidence-based therapies that are designed to help us rewire our brains for a much healthier approach to getting things done. See, these strategies are rooted in some really well-established therapies. For example, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps you directly challenge those all-or-nothing beliefs. Dynamic relational therapy helps you understand how your past relationships might have shaped these patterns. And mindfulness-based approaches are all about cultivating the acceptance and self-compassion you need to be okay with imperfection. When you boil it all down, all the psychology, all the practical steps, all the therapies, it comes back to this one simple, powerful mantra. This is the phrase you repeat to yourself when that inner critic starts screaming. This is the goal. Not perfection, but good enough. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, right now. What is one email, one chore, one small task that you will consciously decide is just going to be good enough? Because starting small is how you begin to win back your peace of mind and your productivity. You've got this.